All right, good morning, everybody. Got a bunch of our members here, and then one honorary member that's showing up for the day. Let's go. Woo! Woo! So we got a 2-hour weightlifting workshop for you. You know, we do these lifts, the snatch and the clean and jerk, all the time in the classes, right? But we only have, 10 to 20 minutes to practice them. So today is going to be dedicated to those. We want to do these once a month, focusing on different things. This month is weightlifting, and we're all going to get better and hit some awesome new records today. All right, so I got my buddies here. They've got some pretty cool credentials, and I've actually been lifting with these guys since, 2015? Yep. Yeah. All right, here. I'll give you the talking stick. Introduce yourself, Mike.
Right. Yeah, my name is Michael, and Devin introduced me to weightlifting all those years ago, almost 10 years ago now. And we competed a bunch. I went on to do a bunch of local meets and stuff. And my goal this year is to qualify for nationals finally.
My name's Kevin Boudreau. I've been weightlifting since 2015, competing. I live in Chicago now, competing in a lot of meets there and in Illinois. My best total is 260 kilos. So yeah, that's me.
All right, so y'all know me. So my background in weightlifting, I got started at 2nd Ranger Battalion. Like I said, we do a lot of fitness stuff like we do here, and they introduced them to us, and I was like, I kind of like this. So then I dove in deep. So my last year in the Army, I almost started doing solely this, then got to University of Illinois, and I wanted a tribe like we've got here. I've been doing this type of thing forever. Going somewhere, creating a group of people, so nothing new. Ended up getting Illinois, starting the club, met these two guys. We had a bunch of other people. We went and did a bunch of meets. Illinois State meet, I also got championship there, so that was pretty cool. Transferred to University of Colorado for my last 2 years of college. Did the same thing here. Started a club, teaching people, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. So kind of got out of it a little bit the last few years. I still do it every so often, but more so focused on the functional fitness, CrossFit type stuff. These two lifts are an extremely good skill to learn and know for a couple reasons. I believe it's one of the best expressions of strength, power, and mobility all in one. And it requires you to be able to think, right? You need a lot of kinesthetic awareness. So like a deadlift, you can kind of just brute force through it. These two lifts, you can't be a brute. I guess you can in some capacity. But we really want you guys to focus on the technique and perfect it. A lot of y'all are in here and you're shooters. So like in the shooting world, to become the best, you need to be very, very, very precise. So it's the same exact thing. So first we're gonna talk about the snatch. So Mike's doing the snatch right now. Many of y'all have heard our little spiels about the snatch. One of the main things we always like to focus on is keeping the bar as close to our body off the floor as we can. So, Kevin or Mike? Kevin, go ahead and show us the first pull. So in weightlifting, we don't want to overcomplicate things too much. But we've got 3 different segments picking it up off the ground that I want you to focus on. The first is from the floor to above the knee. We've done this a ton, right? So remember how I always talk about bring the bar to you, don't lift the bar straight up. So he's bringing the bar back towards his hips. So that's extremely, extremely important. The second's going to be, go ahead, second pull, from above the knee to the hips. Remember, like I always tell you guys, you got to keep the hips back. The hips are like the hammer on a revolver. Go ahead, show us a crappy power position. A crappy one? Yeah, hips forward. There you go. So he's got barely any oomph to actually put into the bar, right? His hips are already fully extended. So the more he can keep his hips back in the power position, the more power he could put to lift that bar straight up. Go ahead, do from the ground to the hips, nice and super slow. So he's getting his knees out of the way, bringing the bar to his hips, then he's loaded, send it. He's loaded in that power position. You can see how he can, without even having to put too much force into it, he's got the levers so short where he can extend at that hip and that bar is gonna glide up. That bar is gonna glide up. So now what we'll do is we'll watch these two homies go up, probably for another 5 minutes, and then we're all gonna do it together. It's gonna be a badass max out session. Every single person must pair up with somebody else. Pair up with somebody you think is gonna lift a similar weight as you. So I'll pair up with you, and then we're gonna rep it out together. So we're all gonna be going around helping you guys out, stuff like that. We're gonna be cheering each other on, it's gonna be badass. We'll probably do that till about 9, and then we'll get into the clean and jerk. Does that make sense? right, so did everybody make some good progress with their snatch? Yeah? Awesome, awesome. It's really good to be able to devote time to these kind of things. Like I was saying at the beginning, we do 10 to 15 minutes at the class, but you just put in a solid hour of snatching. So guys like Mike, they'll be at the gym for what, 2.5 hours a session? And it could even be snatches that whole time. So it's a very, very precise movement that if you want to get good at it, it's going to require you to come to these events, but also before or after class, right? Stick around, maybe with one of us on your own, and start putting the work in. Yeah. All right, so now we're going to get into the clean and jerk. Does everybody remember what that is? Yeah. So from the floor, you get in. All right, let's see the first pull in the clean. So notice how its grip's wider. Grip it a similar width as you front squat. Simple as that. And same thing as getting the knees out of the way, bringing the bar to himself, not out. All right, and then go to the second. Then he's scooping that bar in. Notice how his lats are super active, right? Go ahead, do it again at the top. Boom. This is some thick meat right here, and it's hard right now. So he's keeping the bar as close to his body as possible. Then he sets himself up for the third pull, sending it. Boom. Straight up to the front rack. Everybody remembers that, right? The front squat position. Yeah. So today we're going to do full cleans, which will require getting into the front squat. Go ahead, show us one, Mike. Yeah. One thing I was telling a lot of you guys is remember how patient you need to be in the pull of the lift, right? A lot of you guys end up getting right here to the knee, and then you start extending, and then it comes out here, and you're wondering why, you know? You got to bring it all the way up into the hip, then extend at the hip, because that decreases the amount of distance it has to travel too, right? Yeah. Don't think about this as a massive heaving motion. It's not a massive heaving motion. You set yourself up for success, and then yes, you extend at the hip nice and hard, but that's all you got to do. Then you're going immediately into that catch. Confidence. Get up, get up. Big drive, big drive. Woo! Good, come on. Get up. You got this. All right, so what'd you guys think about the first weightlifting workshop? Yeah. Hell yeah. Who feels like they learned a lot? Woo! Everybody awesome. Yeah, so we're gonna start doing these workshops once a month. Next month, we're gonna do some calisthenics. So pull-ups, push-ups, muscle-ups, climbing up the rope, a lot of stuff like that. There's a lot more technique that goes into it that, like we always do, we have an hour, right? So we don't get tons of time to address them during the class. So we wanna do these once a month for you guys. Any closing thoughts, Kevin and Mike?
Just great work, everybody. It was a great time being here, all the way from Chicago to train with all of you guys. Great environment, helped me hit a nice snatch PR. So thank all of you, and hope you all had fun.
Yeah, Mike.
Yeah, thanks guys. The vibes were great, and it was nice to see people improve just right in front of me today. You know, all in one day. Yeah. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, it was really cool having these guys here because we were, why do I always have to get a little emotional?
This is the first time we've all trained together in probably 7 years. So.
Yeah. And especially, I think you did great, but really I want to highlight Mike, right? So this guy, I met him, what was that, 2016, right?
Yeah.
At the gym at University of Illinois. Never done a snatch or clean in his life. Just looked pretty strong. So me and Kevin were recruiting strong people so we can go to all the competitions and kick ass. And you battled multiple injuries, all that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Even at some point, you couldn't even lift anymore.
No. Yeah.
Right? Exactly. But he stuck with it. And now look at him. He's about to go to nationals here pretty soon, especially with those lifts. So. Woo! Proud of you, bro.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Yeah, good job. All right, proud of all you. Who's coming on Monday?
Yes.
Woo!
Yes.
All right, that's it. See you at the gym on Monday. Yeah.